out to the high hoop house. We've got a high index heat today, and we have watered the tomatoes, and I thought I would show how I did a setup. Let's start this ATV. And the setup is for the trellising of the tomatoes. I've set up about 6.5 to 7 feet framing to stake up the tomatoes. We have 96 of them in groups of 8. So 12 times 8, 96. As well as peppers. So in this area that's it's under constant improvement, I'm going to work on making a water catchment system with IBC totes and gutters and stuff. But for the time being, I have a hose from the well. What we can do is, I said that it's 82 degrees outside, and let's see, where's my thermometer? Oh, here's the thermometer. Yeah, 88, and then in here it says it's 109. So the tomatoes, like I said, groups of 8, and I've got the string to train the tomatoes vertical up to a point. This is about 6.5 feet tall, and what I've got is the T-posts, and then I have these PVC T-junctions. They are in the middle, and at the end I just have an L. So just kind of holds the conduit up in place. This is 3/4 inch conduit, and this is an 8-foot T-post, but it's about 6.5 above the ground. And what fits well over here is a 1.25 inch PVC fitting. We need to order more string trellis like what we have over here, and we'll get to it. But for now, they're small enough where they don't really need to be trained up a string unless they're really flopped over like this guy. I will train a string up and make them vertical, because that's no good. And so in between each conduit, and these are 10 feet long, so each section is roughly 10 feet long, and I can fit 2 rows of 4 plants per 10 feet section. I do have these connected here with just a conduit to maintain continuity, and then the pipe just sits right on top of the post, and that keeps it snug. So yeah, I'm at 108, and I am starting to sweat. Shade cloth is going to be delivered it has shipped. So within the next few days this week, I'll be getting a sunshade over this whole area. Okay, so 96 tomatoes, different varieties. Got the string system and the clips. That seems to be working. And over on this side we have peppers, and there's going to be flowers on the side of the mounds. And then in the center is just chips that I made from the apple tree pruning season. The wind is kicking up, but the humidity is certainly high. All right. Let's go check the deer netting that I'm setting up. This is another recent project through the state of Wisconsin and the DNR, APHIS. They have issued 5 deer tags, and in addition to that, I will have, this is about 550 yards of deer netting and almost 100 T-posts. So I'm thinking of, in addition to this small garden area, enclosing it in deer netting, I will expand the current fencing out in the orchard. So let's go take a look. I've been doing some bush hogging out on the perimeter just to see what makes sense to expand which side of the orchard. So with this side, you can clearly see that I've got 50 feet of margin, but where I'm mowing will take it out closer to 15 feet, expanding this way. I might just go 15 feet on this side. Let's go take a tour around. This is a wet area, so I'm going to stay high above that if I can. So we have a low level here. The terrain does a little bit of a rise, not any water issues here. This area right here was the original fence location, and I moved that over to the corner. But this is typically low wetlands until I do something about it, especially right here on both sides of the fence. It's very wet. Taking a right-hand turn, about another 15 feet I've mowed out to, which makes sense. I have a shrub right here that I think I will remove with a chainsaw and excavate because it's right on the proposed fence line. I think it's a berry bush, maybe blackberries. Got some milkweed. But anyway, another 15 feet out this way seems good. Then we have a reverse banked corner here that has always been fun with the mower. And you can see that I've got, if I choose, I could go 25 feet this way, but I've just cleared about 15 feet, 18 feet on this side. I might go as far as where I am right here to the deer fencing. Just clear this out. Chainsaw probably clears out these 1, 2, 3 trees, and definitely this guy. The chainsaw will have to remove that. And then on this corner, the last corner, I can maybe go 8 feet this way. I don't want to go full 15 feet this way from the current fence line. We've got some wild raspberry bushes here that I've mowed down, but I am finding rock. Excuse me. I am finding, here's another boulder that could be sizable. And up here I'll need to remove, here's one off to the left, another boulder. But these are the ones that have always hung up my mower. So this may be 2 individual rocks, and I'll try to pry them out. And then from this fence line, I'll probably maintain the current location of the gate. So I won't expand this fence line any further, just because of this pond feature that was put in several years ago. And it's also low-lying marsh. I'll smooth this all out, but I just wanted to mow it back and kind of strategize where the new fence is. Now, envision the deer netting on the outside, about 15 feet, and then exterior to that, these 2 fence lines would also move to the outside and just have 2 lines of electrified. I won't bother with fencing wire at all on those 2 outer fences, but electrified and then deer netting, and that should keep out the deer and potential bear, and that satisfies the reduction of the deer, the abatement. All right. We can go down the road, and I'll show the viewers what I did yesterday in terms of cleaning up our street and recovering very large boulders, which I add to the wall. The wall is basically a list of casualties. If I hit it with a mower or a tiller for the garden, it gets added to the wall of fame. So this culvert pipe was out in the field. I recovered this tubular chunk of concrete, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just set it there for now. It's in a holding spot, but it didn't need to be out in the field. There's a lot of stuff around here that's like that. Nothing in the mail. I kind of tore up the road a little bit with the tractor, and I just want to check out my repairs. I was down in the ditch, and with all the extra weight, it was hard. I was spinning the tires. That finally came down. That tree was kind of burnt up and hung up on the wire. Let's see if I see saw marks. Yep. That was up on the power line. That's good that that's freed. I was wondering if I should push that over with the tractor, but I didn't want to touch it. This was the area that I kind of chewed up the road. But that culvert pipe was over down in here. And it's kind of low and mushy at this point. So it makes sense that the tractor was spinning its tires. But the repairs look good. We have access right here, so I thought I'd mow it through in case I want to do some prairie mowing. This is our neighbor Ken Carter, and I'll stop by and say hi. But this was the garden, and very large rock that was right in Susie's way of her garden, and so pried that out, and hopefully there's not any more, but she's making this pretty again. Let's see. Let's check on the progress of Ken's house. I don't see Ken. Just construction workers. House is coming along. That's Ida Kinsley up there, just coming home. Glad that's cut down. Let's see, we can cut through here. There's 2 more boulders that I can use for the rock wall. But I opened this up a week or so ago with the bush hog. And so maybe I can clear out a little bit more. Or I can just leave it for Jeremiah when he hays. Typically that's in August. It's getting pretty thick back here. But that's the cut through.